Me showing up. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I feel like this year has taught me so much about who I am and why I came here and what it is that I am ready to share with the world. And this year has given all of us so much space to begin to really look at the places and spaces in our lives that were working, or maybe even more so, what wasn't working. And this year has gotten me to really reflect on my journey and where I came from and the person that I was, say, even last year, but 3, 4, 5 years ago, and the person that I am now. And so in this video I want to share a little bit about my journey and a little bit about what got me to be in my power, to be able to share, and to be able to uplift and inspire others to do the same. It really feels like the time is now to share. And so if I feel into the version of me that felt helpless, say in my early 20s, just graduated college with the realization that there was no way that I could possibly allow myself to teach in the school system. And there was no way that I could fit myself into this pre-programmed box that society had set out for me. I'm from the States, I'm from New York, and I feel like the programming in New York is so strong. The programming in the States is so strong. It's asking us to be something, to fit in a box, to go to school, to get a degree, to graduate, to get a 9-to-5 job, to find a partner, white picket fence, house, the whole thing. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with doing that, but for me and my soul and my personal journey, it felt like that was not an option at all. And so instead of following my degree and getting a job teaching in a school, I started bartending. And I started going out and partying and dancing and experimenting, and I started to feel disconnected from myself. Or maybe that disconnection was always there. But this disconnection was leading me. It was guiding me to meet people, do things, end up in places and situations that felt wrong and that felt disempowering. And I guess at the time I didn't realize, but I now understand that this journey that I went on was giving my power away. It was giving my power away to situations, people, places, especially in relationships. Giving my power away to everything outside of myself. Allowing life to play me instead of me playing the game of life. And if I reflect on, especially in relating, if I reflect, I really can see how I just wanted to be seen. I just wanted to be heard. I just wanted somebody, anyone, to hear me all the way and to really, fill the gaps in my being. And throughout my journey towards empowerment, towards self-empowerment, towards self-realization, I found that that was not serving me at all. That trying to get other people to fill what was empty inside would never ever work, no matter how hard I tried. And so basically allowing myself to be led by others and eventually doing things that were not actually in my highest good or in my highest interest, left me in a space of feeling really numb. And if I tap into the 22-year-old version of me, I can feel her pain. I can feel her disconnection from source, from the unity, the web of life that we live within. And I have so much compassion for that little girl, that young 20-something-year-old girl that I see now. She had to move through those painful, disconnected experiences to lead her to a place where she could gather the wisdom to realize that there is nothing outside of her or myself that has power over me, leading me to this idea of sovereignty, allowing me to be fully in my power and in my presence, to be here in this very moment right now. And the disconnection that we feel, I think as humanity feels this disconnection, as humanity is moving through purging this disconnect and coming back to a place of unity. And this idea of having community, being in relation with yourself and in relation with other peoples, and allowing the web of life to support you, for you to be the conscious creator of your life instead of life just leading you along mindlessly and endlessly. And so the reclamation of sovereignty and the reclamation of who you truly are is soul work. It is what a lot of us who consider ourselves this new paradigm bringer, these light workers, these starseeds, these soul people, this is what we came here to do. And so it is my intention, and it is my life's journey and my life's work to remind people, to guide people in remembering that their power is actually their own, and that they can in fact be the sovereign creators of their life, and that life isn't meant to be this fearful, painful, disconnected, disharmonious uphill battle. That life can actually be beautiful, full of ease and flow and connection, full of love and laughter and playfulness, and reflecting from my past until now. I'm sharing this information with you because I know that it is possible to go from that place of disharmony into a place of harmony with self, spirit, and all that is around. I'm feeling like the ability to communicate these concepts, these ideas, and in turn, if you can communicate these concepts and ideas, you can really truly embody them. You can really truly come to a place of empowerment, being fully in your power. And so it's my intention to share these teachings, share these ideas, share these concepts in a very practical way that communes this idea of science and spirituality together, that brings the two sides of duality and the two sides of the coin into unity, into one, where they dance harmoniously with each other. And if this resonates with you, if you feel this in your heart, if you know that there is this burning, fierce, powerful being that wants to be expressed, that wants to be communicated, I encourage you to begin to seek out modalities that do that for you. And begin to seek out places and people and things that do that for you. To, at the very least, start to get curious. Start to ask questions about your regularly scheduled programming and how that regularly scheduled programming can, in fact, shift into something that actually feels good inside. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for the second part of this video series.